Lauren Culp, publisher and CEO at CUInsight.com, and I'm bringing you a 3 questions video interview today with a special return guest. Joining me is Jim Giacobbe, the president and CEO at United Solutions. We're so excited to have him here today. Jim, thanks for joining us.
Lauren, thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
Today, we're talking about learning management systems. I'm really excited for this conversation because learning and development, I think, is on everyone's mind, especially in this sort of hybrid work environment that we found ourselves in. So talk to me about e-learning. Is there a new resurgence in e-learning in 2022?
A resurgence? Yeah, I actually think that there is. I think there's a resurgence because there's a little bit of a brain drain, in my opinion, in the credit union industry. You had with COVID, credit unions lost people, and there were fewer people coming into the office and interacting. You had the Great Resignation, so again, fewer employees. A lot of the credit unions that we service, have found that they're, the one was down as many as half their staff at one point. Had to close a couple of their branches, and now they're starting to hire people back. And that's when it gets difficult because, when you're at a reduced staff and you're doing everything you can to keep things going, that's one thing. But when you also add all these employees and they don't know what to do and they're asking you what to do while you're trying to do your job while you're already short-staffed, that's a problem, right? So I think that there is a new resurgence in the e-learning. It's a very cost-effective tool. Technology's certainly gotten a lot better with regards to learning management systems. And you know what? I'm also finding that there are a lot of credit unions that still today don't want to have people on site. And so, this is a nice way of being able to help get people trained without actually having an on-site presence.
Absolutely. Well, what are some of maybe the aspects of e-learning systems or learning management systems that our viewers, you think, really should know about?
Well, I feel like I've been doing learning management systems for a long time. 20 years ago when I was at Pfizer, we were using a product called StarCast for e-learning. And I was the one who was put in charge of getting that up and off the ground. It was very fun, learned a lot. And if I look at where things were then and where they are now, it's just very, very different. So, Laura, let me go over some of the things that I think are important to our viewers. Number one, I don't know that I would do anything that's homegrown anymore. Getting out your cell phone and just taking a quick video snap of somebody or your screens. There's a lot of really inexpensive product out there on the market that does a really nice job. So I would definitely research a learning management system. And some of the things that are important when you're looking at a learning management system is one, this may sound shallow, but pick an attractive product. Attractive products sell. When somebody's using something and it looks clunky and it looks old, they're less likely to want to use it. They want to have something that's sleek and sexy and that they can move through quickly and it's very intuitive. So I would actually spend a little bit of time making sure that you've got an attractive product. When you're doing your videos, small bites are better. Don't create 15, 20-minute long videos because they're just too long. What I would rather see is, a maximum, maybe, an 8-minute video. What we've done at United Solutions, we've got a lot of 3 and 5-minute videos, and we just have more of them. So if somebody doesn't understand something, they can just go through it again real quickly. And sometimes when they just have, 5-minute break before they go home, hey, I'm just going to, jump in and do another couple of videos. Small bites are always better. I think you comprehend the information better as well. There are some new technological advances in video, which are really cool. One of which is IV, or interactive video. So on some of the videos that we put together at United Solutions Company, we've got videos as an example that show a teller how to post transactions. And we go through the video of how our core system works. And then, they have a section where, you're watching the video, but it actually stops and it has boxes and fields, and you're interacting with the video where you're actually putting in what you think is the right answer as the video progresses. So you're actually interacting now with these videos. It just makes them so much more valuable. So if you're going to use an LMS system, find something that has the ability to do the interactive videos. I also like something that has, the ability to do customization. There's a lot of product out there where, you don't necessarily customize things, but the portal itself where people go to look at the videos, being able to use your credit union's colors, having your logo up there and messages from your credit union, that stuff's important. So if you're looking at a product that doesn't have those abilities, there's a lot of product out there that does. One of the things that I really like is we partnered with a group, and so we set up all the credit unions basically in their own area where they have their own section so that they can add their own content. We provide video for things like the core, soft skills, all the Microsoft stuff, things that are really important to have. But I also have the ability for each of the credit unions we have to add their own content. Take a video of yourself if you're the CEO and welcome the team. New employees. Welcome to the credit union. This is our credit union philosophy, and just things like that. What's expected of you. Maybe you want to create your own videos because you're pretty good at that. Having a learning management system that's already got a lot of content where you just add to it, may be the way to go too. It's not starting from ground zero with a green field and just trying to build it all out. So I like the idea of being able to add my own content. Even things like, I want to add an employee manual or a handbook or things like that. How you fill out an expense report. You can add all that stuff in. So
Absolutely.
adding your own content is important. I like a good digitized voice. What does that mean? I remember a long time ago when I was doing this with that product Starcast. You would use your own voice, and you could, speak into a microphone, and then you get to a point where if you needed to make changes later, you could just break apart the voice file and try to re-record that section. But it was complicated, right? It wasn't terrible, but the technology nowadays, if you've got a nice digitized voice, you're simply typing in everything that you want your employee to know about whatever they're looking at. And that way you've got a consistent voice, voicing everything back. If I have an employee that's recording all my video and they leave, how do I manage, maintaining the video that I have, all the content that I've already created, and I don't want to have, 4 or 5 different voices out there. So having a good digitized voice is important. One of the things that I really like is something called gamification. Gamification is where you have the ability to make the videos and the content competitive. Employees as they're going through, they can earn badges and tokens and points. They can see where they rate versus other employees. So if I'm new, I may start out and I viewed 25 of the videos. Somebody else over there might have 200 videos and all these badges, and I can see where I rate versus everybody else. The gamification, I think, makes it a fun thing to do. So I think that that's important. And a lot of the systems out there use gamification. So I would look for that. And another thing that I like is the ability to create reports and pull reports from your system. Why would you need reports? I've been telling a lot of the CEOs that we have, take the information from the learning management system, the LMS, take those reports and make it part of your monthly board meeting material. Demonstrate to the board that you've not only become a learning organization, but show them in the reports. We picked a product that's got some really cool reports with some great graphics that are really designed just to kind of rip them off and put them right in the board meeting material. And I think that I would look for that too. Have something that has reports where you can print out all the classes that your employees have taken. Who's completing classes, who's struggling in classes, all that stuff. Have a good reporting mechanism in the product you choose.
That's so important. Well, so what are, we've talked about all of these different aspects of learning management systems. It seems like there are some big advantages. What would you say are the real advantages of an e-learning system or learning management system?
Well, I know why we created ours here at United Solutions. We started as an onboarding product. Again, with COVID and Great Resignation and these credit unions needing to hire back, tons of people or a big percentage of their staff, they needed to have a way of getting people onboarded quickly. And so, we created it in such a way that, we can have newly hired employee come in, just use the LMS for, a couple of days in order to get up to speed. We've got videos in there for the core system, how do you use the core, and not just things that you may use, but things that, if you want to know how ACH works, it's not necessarily a teller function, but, that's in there so that they can learn as much as possible about the credit union. Soft skills classes. We've got things in there about how you can offer better customer service, what to do if you're having a bad day, all kinds of, 50 videos on soft skills, and then the Microsoft stuff. We assume that people know how to use Outlook and Word and Excel, but if you have a good LMS product, put those things in there too, so that your employees can just, the new employees, go through all this stuff. You can see the classes that they've taken. You can see where they've struggled. You can see the ones that they've completed quickly. And so you've got a good idea of this new employee that you have. And, you're going to pepper that with, meeting with other departments, the things that you would normally do to onboard new employees. But I think that the LMS system is going to be here to stay as a way to help onboard new employees. I also think it's really helpful for existing employees. One of the things that, as an organization, you got to watch out for is employees want to know that you're investing in them. You're investing in their future. You care about their, learning new things. So for existing employees, we found that a lot of them are just tearing through some of the courseware material, but, they're really happy doing it. And they feel like, we are investing in them and we've got products and services for them. We've got LMS systems for our networking services folks. And for the longest time, that was the big push on the networking side. But now we've got something for everybody at the credit union or at United Solutions so that they can learn more about the organization. So training existing employees, it's very self-directed as well. So you can have somebody get into the LMS, and especially people that are prone to that type of learning. They can just pick up so much, so that by the time you put them with the teller at the front line, in order to observe them, they've already know a lot about what they're seeing, and it's going to make that time more valuable. And again, just demonstrating that you're a learning organization. It's important to attract new employees. If I was going to someplace, some of the questions I would ask is, not just about salary and everything, but I'd want to know, what do you do to onboard employees? What do you do to train employees and reinvest in them? And, do you pay for education and all that stuff? I think that these LMS products fit perfectly there and really demonstrate that you're a caring organization and you're interested in helping your employees improve and learn.
Absolutely. Well, so many good advantages. And thank you so much, Jim, for taking the time to share all of this with our viewers today. We're going to link to your contact information and that of your team at United Solutions Company. So anybody who wants more information about some learning management systems or anything else that you all offer can get in touch with you really easily. I always enjoy our conversations, Jim, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So in the meantime, stay well. And thanks again to all of our viewers today for tuning in.
Thanks, Lauren. Appreciate it.
Thanks.